We're going to be going over these videos quite a lot because, as I said before, there's a lot of miscommunications that's going on with these videos, a lot of fake demonstrations that need to be outed, and you need to see what you are buying and what you are getting yourselves into, number one. So, for some reason, when I posted the video for his screen paint matching the Network Gray 773, we broke it down in slow motion. We got a lot of reactions off of that on the forum sites. People were looking at it and they were saying they couldn't tell which one was which at the end of the day. They both looked exactly the same. I don't know what he saw in the video demonstration, but the Network Gray was matching perfectly to the Cinemax. Now, this is another misleading video. We're breaking down right here. As you can see, I want to show you here, he's trying to display the Cinemax having the capability of producing a contrast level somewhat in a fully lit environment. The screen is completely washed out. And I mean, it's completely washed out. As you can see, all this gray mask around the screen, or mask around the screen, this is showing that the screen is washed out. Look how faded the tomatoes are. This is supposed to be bright, vivid images. So tomatoes are supposed to pop, and there's supposed to be a glove right there. I know this demonstration. There's supposed to be a glove right there. So if I didn't introduce myself, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. And I feel bad for people that are trying to get home theater setups, but the problem is either they're bumping into people who have fake knockoff projectors, or people that are selling screen paint products that are not doing their job. This is a complete washed out image. Let me show you what that is supposed to look like. That's what it's supposed to look like. This right here is gunmetal technology that we developed. And the gunmetal technology, excuse me, is designed to make the screen pop. So the color is supposed to be vivid and bright. Number one, the background is supposed to be black, and there's a second pair of gloves holding the tomato sauce, which is kind of weird. No one's wearing black gloves, but to each his own. So as you can see in the demonstration, we have the bright tomatoes right here, the tomato sauce, and you can see the bowl, and at the background you can see there's gloves here and how dark the environment is. The problem we have here, let me see if I can move my stuff around a little easier. I don't want to be bumping into my table every time I have to move my cord back and forth. Let me get all this stuff out of the way because my cord has an attraction to the cables and stuff. So as you can see, this is how it's supposed to look. So in this demonstration here, his screen is completely washed out. And he's trying to convince you in his demonstration that you are seeing vivid color when you're actually not seeing vivid color. As I told you before, one of the problems that gray screens have, and the reason why gray screens are considered to be obsolete, is the fact that they do not have the capability of picking up images in a fully lit environment. The same thing when we showed you with the Network Gray, as I told you, it was going to match, and it did match perfectly. I sent out screenshots to quite a few people, and they all agreed they can't tell one from the other. Now, the problem you have here is he's basically giving you misinformation, trying to tell you that the product he has, the Cinemax, does not wash out, and clearly it does wash out. This is how it's supposed to look, and this is how it's looking on his video. You see how washed out the image is? There's supposed to be a second pair of gloves right here holding this. This is supposed to be pitch black. The bowl is supposed to be shiny, and the tomatoes are supposed to be bright and vivid. But when you come back over here, we just went on our timeout for a minute, you will see, we'll get back to that commercial real quick.
Just smaller.
There we go. So as you can see in the right here, the background, you're supposed to be to see a glove there, and the tomatoes are supposed to be bright and vivid. That's how they're supposed to be. They're not supposed to be washed out like that. Let's go over here real quick and grab another one. Let me see, this is all washed out completely. Definitely washed out. All right, we'll go back here to the, what's a little farther up on this one? Oh, what's this right here? All right, perfect example. All right, the black background there, and we have it where on here? Let me see. That's why you have to be careful when these people are doing these demonstrations. Now, you see how the background looks here on this demonstration? The background's black. You can see the ice cubes. Everything is nice and shiny. Here you go. Ice cubes are vivid. Now here it is on his screen. Completely washed out. That is a washed out image altogether. It's not picking up at all, period. Even with the ultra short throw in the environment, if he is using ultra short throw, I don't know if he's using it or not, but as you can see, it's completely washed out. This is not the way it's supposed to look in the demonstration. The background's not supposed to be washed out. And as you can see, you can't even see the glass. You can't see the ice cubes. Everything is completely washed out in the demonstration. But if you go over to here to our screen, you can see it crystal clear. This is why darker technology is more advanced than gray screen paint products, because as I said before, gray screens do not have the ability to pull contrast or color at the end of the day. And that screen is completely washed out. He's trying to display. So you're supposed to be able to see the individual ice cubes. You can't even see, in our demonstration, you see the water in the ice cube or whatever that is in the ice cube, and you see the individual bits of fruit that are floated into it. See how dark the background is? And then we come back over here and you will see the demonstration is completely washed out. Again, colorblind from day one. That is a washed out image. That is not supposed to look that way. Go off my stand. There we go. That's how it's supposed to look. And that's why I told you at the end of the day that you're being fooled. That is how the image is supposed to look. I cannot wait for my product to land on your front door. You have not placed the order yet. We are still waiting to have your product shipped out as soon as possible. We're still waiting for your order. You have not ordered yet. All right, over here, again, washed out image. And he says, will his screen Cinemax wash out completely with 42? Yeah, buddy, you just washed out. That image is not supposed to look that way. As I told you before in these demonstrations, they have to stick to very bright colors. If they don't, they do any contrast levels, the screens will wash out. This is completely washed out. The background for this is supposed to be jet black. It's not supposed to be gray. These are displays for OLED TVs. Again, OLED TVs were never meant to have their demonstrations displayed on a screen that light. See how washed out that is? Completely washed out. Oh my goodness, I couldn't make this up. Oh, by the way, the video we did, he deleted the video. So it's a good thing we did make a copy of it, because the video is going off his channel. He did delete it, so I guess this will be another one going next. Here we go. Here's the hamburger right there with the maggots. So you can go back a little farther on that one. There we go. This is the way it's supposed to look. As you can see, the vegetables here, or whatever maggots here, but you can see crisp and clean here. That's how it's supposed to look in a fully lit environment. See how you can see the platform here with no problem. It's nice and black from corner to corner. And then when you switch over here, this is what you get. Completely washed out. This is washed out. The problem that you have with people who make these products is that it doesn't make a difference how badly the screen is washed out. As long as they can see it, they consider this to be an acceptable image. This is not acceptable. This is extremely bad. You should not see an image this washed out this badly, especially if he's using an ultra short throw projector. I don't know what he's using, 4200 lumens. Oh, he's definitely not using an ultra short throw projector. The ultra short throw projector, the P2 would be around 3000 lumens. So no, that wouldn't even register at all, period. That wouldn't be the ultra short throw. Only thing I could think of would be 4200 lumens. Is probably like an NEC 1150 would pretty much be that projector in that caliber, because I've never seen it with venue projectors. So right here, that is completely washed out. Definitely completely washed out. See how the edges right here? Get my mouse here so you can see. See how the edges are all washed out? See how you can't make this out at all? This is all completely washed out. This is supposed to be how it looks. Now you see at the bottom, we can see the maggots all across here. This is a screen that's not washed out. You don't have that kind of smoky ash to it. And gray screens have a habit of giving up a smoky ash to color when they can't pick up something correctly. That's how they come up. Here and here. All right, let's go pull up another one. Another perfect example. See right here, you see how washed out, you see how faded the color is. The color is supposed to be a much, much deeper red. It's not supposed to look like that. Let me show you how it's supposed to look. Go back a little bit. We keep this up, you'll be deleting all your videos off your channel very soon. This is how it's supposed to look. You see how deep the rose is? The rose has multiple colors. So there's a little bit of orange pushing up on the screen. As you see, there's red, and there's supposed to be orange. This is supposed to be orange coming out from whatever is dipped in the bottom. But this is orange, strings of orange coming here, here, and here. See the deep red here and see the smoke here? You couldn't make it out on the other screen. Let me get a little closer so you can see. This is how it's supposed to look. See the orange here and here around the rose and the smoke? That's how you're supposed to see. On here, you can't even see the white smoke. From back here, we can still see it with no problem. But you can't even see the white smoke because it's faded and washed out. So there's supposed to be black in the background. There's supposed to be white smoke, and it's supposed to be orange coming around the rose. Okay. When we come back over here, and you will notice that you will see none of this, because the screen is not picking it up because it's completely washed out. That's why. Not showing it all. Let me see how much of this. Make sure we got this right on the edge. Yeah, that is completely washed out. I'm sorry, buddy. That is washed out completely. That is definitely completely washed out. Yeah, see, I thought we'd make sure we got the full video in there, but we do. So as you can see, the smoke is missing. There's supposed to be an orange around here, and orange around the flower. You can't see that. This is how it's supposed to look. That's the exact same video. The reason why you're missing all that detail because your screen washed out on camera. This is how the customer is supposed to see it. There's supposed to be a smoke here and here, a little black here and here, and there's supposed to be an orange riding up around the flower there. Your screen picked none of that up at all, period. This is what your screen picked up. Nothing. Complete washout. You gotta stop lying to people, man. I can go through every last one of your videos. I can guarantee you by the end of this month, every last one of your videos will be deleted off your channel. You'll have no choice. You're lying to people. Your screen washed out. At 4200 lumens, you washed out. As I told you before, gray screens do not work on venue projectors. They wash out. You're missing a great amount of detail in your demonstration here. That's what it's supposed to look like. Let me show you a little closer in case you don't see it. You see the orange? This is the orange cascading around the rose. See all this white smoke here and here and the black in the background? He didn't pick any of that up. The screen washed out on him. what is going on in your demonstrations. Again, like I said, we posted the pictures. People screenshotted it. We screenshotted it. We just came back from over Instagram. They posted it. They're doing a survey. They can't tell which one is network gray and which one is your screen at the end of the day at all. They can't tell which is which. And we noticed that the video is not there anymore, which means you removed the video. It's gone. So I guess this will be another one next, because this is misleading to your customers. The reason why we're doing this is because I'm tired of people like you and the other one going out and misleading people and lying to them. You're missing so much detail from your picture. It's not even funny. Look at that. You're not picking up anything. There's supposed to be orange here and orange here. And where is the mist, smoke? The same exact demonstration I'm playing over there. You're not picking up at all. Let's go find another one. They'll always they'll pick and stick to very bright images. This is completely washed out. Definitely washed out. See all that tannish around the screen? That is washed out. The color is washed out. See, the problem that you have with people who have great screen paint products like this, again, as long as they can see the image, it doesn't have to be the best, they consider that a win. No, that's not a win. That is a complete fail. Like I said, you went out and bought yourself a TV and it looked like that at the end of the day, you would take it back and get your money back. So we know the demonstrations. I know all these demonstrations by heart, every last one of them. So now we're getting requests from more people that are asking for us to supply them with more videos of us going in and going through your videos and pointing out what they need to see. This is the demonstration right here. So we're going to bring it up a little bit and we're going to show you where his screen was washing out constantly. Here we go. This right here is the stone. This is the color of the stone. This is what it's supposed to look like. And here you're supposed to have, see the green right here, the bright green. See how all this looks right here? All these different colors, fluorescence and the rock right here, all these different colors in the rock right here. See how black the background is? That's how it's supposed to look. This is why we tell you to stay away from gray screens. See how black the background looks? And you see that nice green running through here, all these different colors? You can't pick that up. You know why? Because the screen washed it out and discolored it. You see how discolored the image looks? Completely washed out. Completely washed out image. They think because you can see the blue up in here, this is a perfect image. That is completely washed out. Let me come over here and grab this in here. I think I grab it this way here. That's better that way. I'm going to show this whole video off right here. I'm going to go back in and show right about there. Yeah, right about there. That would be it right there. All right. So that's the shot right about there. See how washed out that is? This is the way it's supposed to look. That's how it's supposed to look. Your screen is washed out at 4,200 lumens. It's washed out. Not supposed to look that way. All right, let's bring you back over. Your screen, unbelievable. When we had it over here, it did the exact same thing. It does the same thing as Network Gray 773, which again, not a good demonstration. I kind of felt really bad for you in that demonstration, but then again, I got to remember who I'm dealing with at the end of the day. You are not a very honest person. Wash out, completely washed out. That's pretty bad. That doesn't even look appetizing at the end of the day. Let me show you how it's supposed to look. This is how it's supposed to look. That's really bad, Jamie. You should know better than this. And I have such a washed out image. Here you go. You see how bright and vivid the gravy is, right? Look how appetizing it looks. Now, this is what it looks like on Jamie's screen. See how washed out and dull it looks? That gravy is supposed to be a nice brown color. You see how washed out that is, how discolored it is. Look at the background. See, anytime you see that grayish kind of smoke look to it, that haze to it, that means the screen is washed out. This is why they can't produce images outside. When we give them challenges to take their screens outside, they can't do this. If the screen is washing out this badly in this kind of environment, outside would be a nightmare for the screen. This is not how it's supposed to look. That's how it's supposed to look. It's feeding you a bunch of nonsense at the end of the day. So we already had 2 videos already deleted off your account. You've taken off your account. I guess this will be number 3. When my product gets there, you're definitely going to have to shut down. It is going to destroy your screen. You have been warned, but your order hasn't come through yet. Now, like I told you, you can go. You don't need to call me to make an order. You can go right through my website and you can place the order. This will be number 10. I requested you to place the order. You called my phone, you wasted my time, asking the request for me to actually give you permission. You don't need my permission. You are an adult. You can buy from my site anytime you want. Your order has not come through. You know why his order won't come through? Because Jamie has no way around to try to basically damage or try to, try to fake the damage, fake the screen. As in the fellow called Silent Walker, which you should not be calling yourself at the end of the day. Your appearances perceive you. So let me explain something to you. All our products have something called a batch number. In case you guys don't know what a batch number is, when a product is designed, we paint it live on camera, which means out of 5 gallons, there's no way virtually possible you could have ever received a damaged product out of 5 gallons. That means the entire batch would have been bad. And that means we'd have had multiple returns, which we did not have at all, out of one batch at all, period. So that's how I know the demonstration you have is completely false. Now for Jamie, especially for you, we're going to make a gallon with a batch number attached to it. We will be painting your screen out of your own container onto the screen to show that your product works perfectly fine. Not only on 5,000 lumens, but 1,000 lumens at 14 feet back, showing that the paint is functioning perfectly. And out of that gallon, you will be shipped to 2 people that will be doing demonstrations also with the same paint that you will have, that will be shipped to your address. The video will be titled under you. Your name will be attached to the video. So even if the product does happen to come up darker than the network gray, which we know it's not going to happen from the demonstration we just did, there's no way around it at all, period. And I guarantee you 100% when that screen touches your screen, you're going to see colors you never even thought even existed. I might even do a black diamond on you at the end of the day. So yeah, there's no way to fake it. There's no way to drop any paint in it or anything whatsoever. And because your product would have been painted out way before you ever received it, there'll be 100% proof that you would have faked and falsified it. Now, like I said, I'm trying to be nice with this lawsuit here. I really don't want to run your family through the grinder, but if you mess up on this one, I'll take everything from you and I'll leave you homeless. Do you understand me? Take it seriously. I'm not playing games with you today. So, don't mess up. Now let's get back to work here, because now I got requests from customers asking me to go through your videos one by one, and they want to see what you've been faking in your videos. So I guess it's up to me to basically go through your channel, or I'll just hire some people to go through your channel, go through one by one, because you have a lot of videos here, but this is a definitely washed out screen. Your screen is definitely not doing what it's supposed to do. Let's keep going a little farther down here. How badly this is going to get. Let me see something right here for a minute. This is where you mess up. You see right here? See how the light leaves from here? It doesn't go past your sofa, which means that light's not really carrying over. It is carrying over to a certain degree, but it's not carrying over. And that's an Epson projector right there. I'm quite familiar with them projectors. I don't think that projector is 4,200 lumens, but I'll check, because I know your projectors in your home. This is not the NEC 1150. The NEC 1150 would be 4,200 lumens, but that's not a venue projector at all, period. But like I said, even though with this little bit of light you have in your environment, that's really not making any contact with your screen. Truthfully, your screen is washing out that bad. That's why you can't go outside. So let's go back here for a minute. As I'm showing you that they'll stick the nice bright colors, and even the colors are washing out. This right here is a complete washout. You see this? And not even there. This is supposed to be a candle, I think it is. You see how washed out the image is? See that grayish look to the screen? That's not supposed to be here. Majority of most of the demonstrations you will bump into on YouTube will be OLED displays. This is not coming up too well. Let's show you how it's supposed to look. Let's go back in the video real quick. Probably get a commercial in there as always. So I guess you're going to delete this one next, like you deleted the other one, because we can't find it. And he matched that network gray so close it wasn't even funny. You have been to, so far, 12 different sites already, and every last one of them can't even tell the difference one from the other. They wanted me to come back and get the video because they wanted me to go through your comment section. They wanted to see what kind of people that would be fooled so easily. That's what they wanted me to do, but your video's not there anymore. Let's see, where are we at on this one? This is the candle, right? This is the candle. You're missing a lot out of your video. A lot is missing. This is a huge video right here. You're definitely missing a lot to edit this one. How come you don't do any, in well-lit environments, you don't do any, here we go. This is the video right here, isn't it? Yeah, it is. It looks like it. Looks about right. Yeah, that is it right there. You're missing a great deal. You see all that on the ground right there? I guess those are bits of ice on that black level. You see the red, you see the liquid pouring in. This is what your screen's bringing up. Your screen is completely washed out. Completely washed out. The red is way off. Way off. See, that's the problem when you're dealing with people who have gray screens. They basically, if you can, they can make out a little bit in the screen, they consider that to be a win. That's not a win. Wait. Let's be fair here. I made a mistake. Here we go. There it is right there. I want to make sure we got this just right. There we go. That's the video right there. You're not matching that. You see that's supposed to be white. That's supposed to be black. And the background is supposed to be black. That's supposed to be red. This is what you're missing. This is blue. That's kind of a grayish kind of black. I don't know what that is. Kind of a grayish kind of faded black. That's definitely coming up blue. And this is completely coming up gray. This is not picking up anything at all. And there's supposed to be details. There's supposed to be edges here, here, and here. And they're not even in there. They're completely missing. That's how it's supposed to look. Your screen is completely washed out. Let's give ourselves another one. Is this the coconut right here? Definitely washed out, completely washed out. That's why I say you gotta look for that tannish look. There's a tannish look these screens give off. See right here in the coconut? This is washed out. All along in here, that's washed out. That's supposed to be a vivid green right there. That's all washed out. This is supposed to be much brighter. All this is supposed to be a deep brown, and this is supposed to be bone white, and that background is supposed to pop. That looks completely dead. Let's show you how it's supposed to look. This is not going to go too well for you. go all the way to the back. I think mine's back here. The coconut. I'm sitting there. I got like freaking 10 or 12 people asking me, do you have anything else? They want to know. They want me to find all the little things that you're hiding in your demonstrations and expose them. I can take time off from my busy schedule to take care of it. That's how it's supposed to look, Jamie. Remember I told you the deep brown? You can't even see the individual strands in the coconut because your video is washed out. As I explained to you, this is supposed to be green. Background is supposed to pop. The coconut is supposed to be a bone white, and you're supposed to see the individual strands coming from the coconut. Do you see that? Do you see how that looks? Now, look at it over here. Washed out here. You can't even see the individual strands, and the white levels are extremely poor. Let me show you a little closer. This is how high your white levels are supposed to be. You see the individual strands of coconut pushing all around here? You see how deep green the plants are right here and here? This is how it's supposed to look. It's supposed to look real. That's why black contrast is extremely important. You, a person who basically is a comic book collector, should know this automatically from the door. Without detail, your comic book should be worth nothing. You see how washed out it is? You can't even see the individual strands in the coconut. And this is coming up blue. Let's go get another one. Let's get those peppers. Those peppers had a nice background. Here we go. This is the peppers. Your peppers are washed out. These are supposed to be red, not orange. See the reflection right here? This is supposed to be stone black. It's supposed to show a shiny reflection. The background is supposed to be jet black. And these are supposed to be bright red. And these are supposed to be bright green here. Let's show you how it's supposed to look. Let's go find the peppers. Is this right here? No, that's not quite it. Looks like it, but it's not quite it. Right there. Oh, misleading. So many people and such nonsense. And people do your job right at the end of the day. Here we go. These are the peppers. This is how it's supposed to look. See the reflection that's coming off? See how they're bouncing back on the reflection? This is how it's supposed to look. Realistic. See the background is black? Look how black it is right here. Look at the reflection coming back. That's how it's supposed to look. See that nice shine, that mirror shine to it? Look how beautiful that looks. Now, look at it here. Completely washed out. Not being honest with you, is he not? 4,200 lumens. I told you if you hit a gray screen with a high-end projector, it would wash it out. It's having a difficult time picking up with the ambient light in the environment, and then you hit it with a 4,200 lumen projector, you wash it out. This is supposed to have a beautiful reflection coming back at you. Can you imagine if you bought a TV and it looked like this when you opened it and took it out of the box? You'd be pretty ticked off, wouldn't you? You'd probably take it back to the store and you would argue that it looks faded and washed out. This is supposed to reflect. This is what it's supposed to look like. This is why I tell you when you're using a gray screen paint that you're only getting about 30 to 40% of your projector. That's all you're receiving. Big difference, isn't it? Let's go back and let's grab ourselves another one. We got a little bit more time. My TV show doesn't start And people wanted me to watch, they wanted me to do this demonstration. This is customer requests asking me to do a more thorough demonstration on your product. It looks pretty bad. I don't know how in the world you post these videos at the end of the day. I don't know what goes through your mind, what you're thinking at the end of the day. I'm not trying to figure it out. Let me tell you something. That network grade video was so freaking draining. I felt really, really bad for this guy. I mean, really bad for him. He literally thought those two showed a massive difference. They don't. You've matched a $23 can of paint. You also matched a $60 white motorized projection screen. That is not good on no level whatsoever. Not good at all. Look at the corn, completely washed out. I told you the colors are washed out. That is completely washed out. That corn is supposed to be bright yellow. It's supposed to pop. Look how washed out it is. Let me show you how it's supposed to look. Which is a bit better with the sunny DPI right there. You get twin mode on this. So let's see if we can find the corn. I wonder if we did any of the head. What if we did that level right there? That's a very dark level. That would be extremely hard to pick up. But I'm curious if you would have done that one. See if we can find the corn. I might have to go back to the very beginning to locate the corn. Oh, definitely another strawberry. There we go. There's the corn. Now, you see the corn? You see how the colors pop? So you can see the individual juice bubbling in between. Look at that. Look how beautiful, look how scrumptious that looks. That's how it's supposed to look. It's supposed to look realistic.
Snacks, probiotics. Boom.
Let's pause it there. And let's go back and look at it here. You see how washed up this is? And I explained the first bit in the video. There's supposed to be a glove right here. You see how washed up this is? Look how faded the tomatoes look. Go back and show you one more time. This is how they're supposed to look. There's a glove right there. The entire time. You can't see it because the screen washed it out because it's a black level and the screen can't pick it up. You see how individually, how shiny the tomatoes look? That's the sad thing about it when you have people who do demonstrations like this. As long as they can see an image, they consider it to be acceptable. No, it's not supposed to be that way. That screen wouldn't survive in a max out zone. It would wash out completely. That's why when you saw the demonstration downstairs in the max out zone, they were washed out completely because downstairs, meters don't pick up down there. In the environment that he's in right now, it's still considered to be dark. Compared to where we test screens at, it's a dark area. That couldn't even pick up outside. Now at 453, not gonna happen. Get a good look at it. That's what your screen is supposed to look like. This is what it's not supposed to look like. The glove is missing completely. There's supposed to be a glove right here. Can't see that. And look how washed out the red is. But they consider that to be a win at the end of the day. Nah, that's washed out. Completely washed out. Let's see what else we have on here. Starting from here. Oh, that's so bad. That's really, really bad. Look how bland the strawberries look. They're so raspberry. No, raspberries. Or there with their raspberries. Look how washed out. That is very, very, very washed out. And this is the way it's supposed to look. And that's how it's supposed to look. It's supposed to be red, not what orange color to them. What time we got here? 41. We're just about done. And that's washed out, Crow. I'm sorry, buddy, but your video is a complete fail here. Your screen is completely washed out. On so many levels, it's not even funny. Washed out there all the way through this, even in the dark levels. If you pick up any other heavier contrast levels on here, that is definitely washed out. See that kind of tannish look to the screen? That is definitely washed out. That's never supposed to look like that. That's very poorly done. And he doesn't even have the entire video in here either. He's missing the majority. Most of the videos go on. There you go. This is how it's supposed to look. You couldn't even see the flame in between here. The individual grills are missing in your demonstration. The red levels are completely gone. Actually, they're orange. This is supposed to be red. Your screen's coming up orange for the tomatoes because it can't pick up red. And you can't even see the individual grates on this side. See the grate on this side? You can't see that on the screen over here. It's gone. Definitely washed out completely. So this right here, you can't see because that's missing. And these are actually orange. They're supposed to be red because they're supposed to be tomatoes. Here, we'll go over and take a look at the other screen. And I'll show you right here. Right here, as you can see, as I told you, the tomatoes are clearly orange. As you can see, they're not supposed to be orange. The grate here, where you have the individual, where the grill's at, is missing here because the screen can't pick it up because it's washed out here and it's washed out here. All this is missing. Look at the color of that. Look how bland and washed out that is. That is pretty bad. And this is supposed to be red because these are tomatoes. Come back and look at our screen. This is how it's supposed to look. Yeah, big difference, isn't it? Those are tomatoes. They're supposed to be red. And the grill here is gone. Most of this is gone. There you go. That's how it's supposed to look. You're supposed to see the detail here in the grill, the detail in the grill, and these are tomatoes. These are supposed to be red, not orange. Definitely not picking up the color correctly. Completely washed out. Completely washed out. All this is ashy right here. Look at the sandwich. You can't even see the detail in the sandwich. This right here is completely washed out. Oh, my goodness, man, this is pretty bad. This is my last one going through this. Not my last video, but this is pretty bad. Let's go over here real quick. This is the hamburger.
Now, Stacks Pack Probiotics. Boom.
There's the hamburger right there. That's what that's supposed to look like. As you can see, the individual maggots coming out the burger, which is quite gross. And you can see the black background with no problem. See the detail in the sandwich here. And the sesame bun right there. That background is supposed to remain black at all times. You can't even see the individual lines in the table. So right there, there's a line here, there's a line there, and a line there. That is completely missing in his demonstration. Let's have a look at his demonstration and show you that the lines on the table are not even there because they're washed out. There's supposed to be lines here, here, and here. Sorry about my screen. They're not even there. Let's show the last one up close on the rose. This is the worst one I've seen so far. So this is the rose right here. As you can see, my goodness, let's go over here. Let's put that rose on this side. Here we go. All right, here we go. Perfect example. This is the last one because I had to let go. You see right here, this is what I showed you. This is completely washed out. Right here, there's supposed to be smoke coming out, and this is supposed to be orange here. It's supposed to be light traces of orange here, here, and here. Not even anywhere near there in the screen. Look at it very closely. You can see for yourself. And like I said, he has at the top, Crows1176 Cinemax screen paint, C-Mix, wash out completely. Yes, your screen has washed out completely. You have answered your own question right there. You did wash your screen out with 4200 lumens. You washed it out. That's not what it's supposed to look like. Let me show you what your screen is supposed to look like. You're missing a great deal of detail. This is what it's supposed to look like. As you can see from the demonstration from our gunmetal, you can see the orange, which is supposed to be here. There's individual strands of orange here, 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 and here. And then you can see the smoke that's wrapped around the screen and the rose, and you can see the bright red. So you can look at that and see exactly how much detail you're losing. As I said before, gray screen paint products wash out. You cannot pick up detail, you can't pick up contrast, and you can't pick up color. It doesn't pick up at all. And as you said that you completed the challenge with the network gray, no, you did not. From the feedback we're receiving in the rooms, you are not. Your screen matched network gray perfectly, as we said it would, with no problem. That's why we cannot find the video, because you've removed the video, or basically you exchanged it out for something else, as you did in the demonstration called The Benefit of a Gray Screen, which you went in and you changed the video to something else. But we have the original video, so there's no use getting around that. So this was from a few customers who requested for us to do another side-by-side comparison demonstration. And as you can clearly see, he is missing a great deal of color from his screen because it is washed out completely. This is what you should be seeing from your projector. The nice tangerine orange, the red in the flower, and then that pretty smoke back and forth. This is what you should be seeing. But instead, this is what you're picking up from his screen paint, because his screen paint can't register a contrast level, let alone pick up proper color. Let's go back and show the entire video on the rose, so that way we can show you that it is doing exactly as we said it's doing. And he thinks that is an advancement right here. That is completely washed out. Let's go back to the rose again. Completely washed out. Completely washed out. So there's the rose there, so you can see it crystal clear. That's what he's trying to show you, that his product is not washing out. Clearly the product is washing out because there's supposed to be smoke and it's supposed to be orange here and here, and you can't see it because it is washed out. We have the same video on display right over here, and there's a huge difference. That's what you're supposed to be seeing. What comes after the rose? Oh my goodness. He washed that. That's completely washed out. All right, so we got to do one more. You see how vivid the color is here? Oh man, this is bad. All right, see the color here? This is the way it's supposed to look. As you can see, a lot of deep red. You can see the individual drops on the candy. You see how beautiful that looks? I hope you're ready for this. You see how beautiful the green, how beautiful this looks? This is how it's supposed to look when your screen doesn't wash out. This is how it looks on Crow's screen. That is completely washed out. That's the same image we're showing you over there. It's completely washed out. Completely washed out. This is supposed to be pink and red. That's supposed to be red there. That's supposed to be pink there. That is completely washed out. That is unacceptable. Definitely unacceptable. That is pretty bad. We're going to have to do side by side with the projection screens. That's what we're going to have to do. But that is completely washed out. Now look at it here. Now come over here and look at it how it's supposed to look. This is how it's supposed to look. This is what happens when you use a gray screen paint product. Your screen will wash out on you. All right, let's go to the next one. All right, let's go back a little bit. All right, right there. You see where the background of this is jet black? Well, it's kind of not jet black. We have a gunmetal here, but see how black it is? All right. This is Crows right here. That background is supposed to be black. It's not supposed to be gray. It's never supposed to come up gray. It's supposed to be black, which means your screen completely washed out. Not supposed to be gray. It's supposed to be black. Good, look at the image here. Now, look at the background there. It was gray. This is what color the background is supposed to be. It's supposed to be black, not gray. More. All right, here, right there. Look at the pancakes here. Look how beautiful and appetizing they are. Look how black the background is. Look how the color of the, I think that's marmalade. I hope that's marmalade or syrup right there dripping over the side of the pancake. You see how that's supposed to look? Now, let's look at it on Crow. You see how washed out the image is? It's not even appetizing because it is completely washed out. That's supposed to be a deep brown color. Even the pancakes are washed out here, here, and here. And this is supposed to be black, and it's supposed to be some detail to the surface all along in here, but you can't see it. Let me show you. You see the surface here? There's supposed to be detail in the surface. You can't even see the detail in the surface at all. On ours, you can see it. On his, you can't, because again, he's producing on a contrast, on a screen that does not produce contrast. Okay. All right, let's go back to one more. Let's go get the strawberries. Now, right here, you see how the food looks here? Look how bright the strawberries are. Look at the pancakes. Look how bright and vivid the colors are. Look at the green leaf over top. Look how bright the image looks here. This is how it's supposed to look. Not washed out, not faded. This is what it looks like on Crow's screen. Completely washed out. Completely washed out. No color pop, nothing. Washed out. It's not supposed to look this way. As I told you before, gray screens have a very bad time picking up red in certain colors. The contrast levels are very poor, and the screen, yes, completely washed out. This is not how it's supposed to look. That is a completely washed out screen. Yeah, that completely washed out, buddy boy. Why are you guys always in the dark? What is the deal? Whose nonsense is this? This is supposed to be the Vega. Why are you in such a dark environment? Hold on. I stumbled upon this one. This is the worst thing I've seen. Okay, we got to dig into another one. This is bad. This is the Vega. Why is the environment so dark? Why is it in the basement? As in the garage? Hold on. This is pretty bad. Do they put the lights on at any given time? Oh my goodness, you got to be kidding me. Why is this screen sitting in such a dark environment? Very ratty, baby. Very ratty attic. Very ratty attic. Why is it in such a dark area? That's pretty bad. This is a very, very, oh man, that's a trifling area. That's a very trifling. We got to come back to this. This we stumbled by accident. This video popped up, and it's talking about the Vega follow-up on the Goof. Let me see what this is by. Oh, this is by the other heavyset boy. I forgot his name, but anyway. Yeah, why is your environment so junky and dirty? You're in oh, this is disgusting. That is very disgusting. Oh, my goodness, who does videos in an environment like that with motor tools and chemicals and stuff? You have a screen set up in this environment? That is absolutely horrible. But the thing about it is, why is the screen in a dark environment? Why is the environment so dark? Somebody apparently is in a garage. I took a 2-car garage with a radiator over here, I guess, to keep warm. This is horrible. I know who this guy is. This is the guy who basically makes fun of people's videos. This guy is a joke. Definitely a joke. This is supposed to be your environment? Dude, you need to upgrade badly. You're in a garage. Definitely in a garage. This is bad. Man, that has fire hazard written all over it. I'm not trying to bust on anybody's home theater setup, but this is very poor. And why do you have a curtain here to begin with? Why is that even there? We stumbled upon this video. I know who this joker is. This is one of the guys who sat there and said he did a review against my product. But again, we have batch demonstrations on our products backing it up. This is your work environment? Are you kidding me? Man, I would freak out in here. It is basically very disgusting. It is. Look at this. And why do you have a curtain? Why is a curtain blocking any light making contact with the screen? This is look, he's got a heater over here to keep his area warm next to all kinds of chemicals. Good gracious, man, this is horrifying to look at. But I'm curious to know why you have a curtain here blocking the screen. And this is supposed to be the Vega. So you have to have it in an environment this dark in order for the screen to pull up. It just popped on my feed just a few minutes ago, clearly a few minutes ago. You guys in these dark environments, why isn't the garage door open? That's what I can't understand. The curtain shouldn't be there. The screen should be over here, or not on the window. It should be somewhere, and the garage door needs to be open. Matter of fact, you got 2 dark garage doors here. Open one of them up. Look how dark the environment is. And he has a curtain here to block the screen. I'm not going to waste my time on this. When I start seeing demonstrations like this from the door, it's definitely a waste of my time. You guys all do these dumb demonstrations like this. I don't know why you would have a curtain there. Why? Perfectly good window light you're blocking. And on top of that, this is a garage door. You should have that open. Both of them should be open at that. Now, how are you guys going to compete with me at the end of the day when I can go outside and display on 180-inch screens? How are you going to compete? And you're constantly blocking window light all the time. Look how sad that is. Somebody did not like your product. Well, I don't have time to entertain this. I already came what I came to do at the end of the day. I think this is a fellow who did a false demonstration of product. I think my lawyers are looking to sue him too at the end of the day. We're going to be filing a lawsuit against this individual. Yeah, I hope you do have attorneys. As I said before, you have my number, so I would suggest you have your attorney contact me before we start filing the paperwork. So I would advise you to do this. I think I know this individual. I think he did a false demonstration on our product, but I would advise you have your attorney contact us. Until then, man, this is a mess in here. You got bricks in here supporting your speakers in here. This is a mess. I wouldn't be surprised if you had asbestos in here somewhere. But this is an absolute horror mess right here. God, those are floods in here. He's done. And got freaking pesticides and everything. This is not good at all. This is why no one takes you seriously, because your setup is completely horrifying. It is. You got to do a better job than that. That's bad. All right, with that being said, we're done with the video here. This just happened to pop on my feed here, right here. First things first, yeah, you got window light blocked right here. You definitely should. Whoever's doing this demonstration, poor job. Why are you blocking the window light here? That should never be blocked. And your garage doors definitely need to be open. Your environment is way too dark. This is what I'm talking about. People did poor ambient light demonstrations on the end of the day. Very poor ambient light demonstration. That is very, very sad. All right, with that being said, let me check something really quick before we get out of here, because I want to go downstairs and watch some TV. Nope, we got our orders in for our other customers. Not one order came in for Crow1176. He never placed the order. Maybe it's because he can't get around to basically getting over on us. I don't know. But yeah. I don't know what all that's about. I don't have time to go into all that nonsense. I got things to do. Yep. As always, talked a bunch of trash. Anyway, as I said before, yeah, the demonstration on the screen can be very, very poor, washed up pretty bad. As I said before, it did poor. No way in the world you're gonna sit there and say that that screen had the ability to pull that image up. Very, very badly done. Very badly done. Colors were washed out, colors were faded, they weren't correct, and then on top of that, contrast levels weren't pulling. It was extremely bad video. So yeah, not passable at all, period. And this is how the video is supposed to look. Your colors are supposed to pop off the screen. That's why at the end of the day, you do not want to deal with screen paint products because, as I said before, they don't have the ability to pop and show color. They can't pull contrast, they can't pull color, and in fully lit environments, this is a screen that's going to constantly wash it on you. And as you saw in the demonstration, side by side, going back and forth, the screen was completely washed out and frozen on everything and every possible level you can possibly think of. You were missing important details of the demonstration due to the fact you couldn't see them because the screen had washed them out. And this is stuff you didn't see in the demonstration. The video is much longer than that. He picked and chose what he could get away with, but not a very good job. Extremely bad. And this is why I warn people to stay away from these older screen paint products because it's not worth your time. And again, you won't ruin your screen. You'll just be priming your screen for something better. But this is what your screen is supposed to look like. Well, that's it for me for today. Just showing you what it's supposed to look like. This is how your screen is supposed to pop. Not supposed to wash out. Contrast levels are not supposed to be dark and dirty. Contrast levels weren't picking up at all, period. The screen just was not picking up. Colors were too washed out. Yes, that screen completely washed out at 4200 lumens. See how the reds are supposed to pop? Everything's supposed to look realistic on the screen. You do not want a screen paint that's going to wash out on you. All right, people, we're done here. Hope you enjoyed the demonstration showing you how your screen is supposed to look at the end of the day. Let me figure out where to do my remote control here. Here we go. So like I said, this is why your screen is supposed to look. It's not supposed to be washed out. It's not to be faded. And please understand, this is not me basically. I'm not maliciously going after this guy at the end of the day. This is something that people need to see. They need to see the truth when it comes to home theater setups. I do this with big companies too. It doesn't make a difference if you're a big company, if you're Screen Innovation, Black Diamond, whoever you may be at the end of the day, I don't care. If you're misleading people at the end of the day, I'm going to expose you for what you're doing. I love my business. I love my company. I love what I do for a living. And I can't stand people who come in and basically taint the business with all kinds of fake demonstrations and everything else on the possible. You know how much I hate fake projectors at the end of the day. I can't stand them because these people come in and buy a projector for the first time and they're promised an 8K 15,000 lumen projector. And again, you've seen my ongoing battle with Valve projector and the whole pixel shifting nonsense at the end of the day. I even got somebody over to admit that the projector was a basic 1080p model. So like I said, some people may have to navigate through all this stuff that goes around and some people don't. And I'm just here for people who don't. That's the reason why I got into this business to begin with, was to even the playing field. I feel sorry for you naysayers out there because you're upset at the end of the day because every time I do a different demonstration, I raise the bar. This is why you cannot complete any of our challenges. I feel sad for Crow, and I do. I don't take any pleasure in what happened to him today. He matched the network grade 773 perfectly. And in the forum sites, maybe you naysayers over here on YouTube may not believe it, but I'm sorry, you are completely wrong. And 4 different forum sites, everyone said the exact same thing. They couldn't even tell the difference. And on camera, to break it down and slow it down for you so you can see what you're actually seeing, we had a few people email us thanking us for basically bringing that to light. I don't know how anybody could have not seen it, but it was there. So again, as I told you before, I've been telling you from day one that gray screen paint products are obsolete and you can match them to anything. I told you the whole thing where he called me and I don't know what that was about. He could have went right to the website. No orders went through. Not one order went through at all, period. So at the end of the day, his product is what it is. It doesn't work. And for anyone out there who's selling a fake product at the end of the day, as long as you don't mention my name, you don't get my attention, then you're good to go. Other than that, you do not want my attention at the end of the day. I'm very thorough how I go through videos. Like I said, I have to go against high performance screens all the time. I have to make sure before I go toe to toe with the screen or bring a sample sheet down here, I know what I'm getting myself into before I bring it down here. This is why we have the cancellations at the bottom of the kitchen drawer because, again, their products don't work. Oh, well, okay, people. Well, at least you know exactly what you're supposed to be seeing. Again, if a screen has that tannish look around it, that means everything on the screen is going to fade. If it can't pick up contrast, it definitely can't pick up color. And high lumen projectors do not work on gray screens. They wash them out extremely fast. Okay, that's basically about it. I gotta go. I got a Netflix movie to watch. You gotta go. I gotta go. Sorry, you gotta go. I gotta go, and God bless.